Hello, I'm Amber,
Hi, I'm Marissa.
and welcome to the beginning of our channel. It is called Roots and Ring. We are starting a whole new journey, a whole new life experience, a whole alternative just way of living, and we want to just share it with you. We want to get feedback from people that are already living the lifestyle that we're trying to get into. We have decided that we're tired of our 9-to-5 suburban lifestyle. Right now we're in the end of February and there's like 4 inches of snow on the ground. But that's not even the bad part of why we're wanting to do this.
It's just a part. It's a minuscule part, but it's a part.
It's like 10%.
Which is what it probably feels like outside right now.
In degree form. For probably the past, I would say like 10 years, I have had this like desire to be more like in touch with nature. Leave like the superficial like daily grind of, you know, you go to work, you spend most of your day at work, you come home, you're tired, you got to think about what you're going to eat for dinner and just try to rush and have your little home life, go to sleep, wake up, and do it all over again. And it's like, ugh, like, I'm just so sick of it. So we have decided on an alternative lifestyle. It's nothing new to a lot of people, but we are going the route of like homesteading. I mean, that's like the nutshell of it all. Probably not off-grid. I don't think I could go that route.
I think our husbands would probably murder both of us.
Our husbands would probably murder us, yes. Or divorce us. I think that's...
Whatever's easier comes first.
Whatever's easiest. I think this dream is ours, meaning Marissa and I. And our husbands are like,
As long as I have internet.
As long as I have lights.
Give me little things.
And I can play my Xbox and my games, and yeah.
That was literally what Ed said. He's like, as long as we're not living in a tent in the woods, I'm cool.
Kind of getting back on track. So we just, we're about to go through this tremendous lifestyle change. I am so nervous. I'm sure you're nervous.
I'm nervous now.
Nervous, scared, like so excited, but like at the same time, like this is huge. We're about to sell our home. We're about to quit our jobs. I'm also about to give birth to like my next child. There's so much going on right now, and it's like it's exciting and scary.
It's
scary.
It's a lot very quickly. Like, we're trying to, make sure we're not doing it too quick, but it's like huge things that are happening within the next like 3-4 months.
Oh my gosh. And like we solidified like this is happening. This is like, it's not just like, oh, it'd be nice to like one day like live in the forest in a little tiny house and garden with our little chickens and walk barefoot. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this. Like, we decided this probably this time last year.
Yeah, we had minor talks before you guys got married, and I think we solidified it, right before we got married. And we were like, alright, we're delaying it until after this wedding.
Because I think what had happened was we had plans to move to the west side of Michigan. And it was like we were getting ready to like start making steps. Or, doing the early stages of like serious planning, and that fell through. And like I kind of had this like, oh, so we're stuck in this like lifestyle.
It was upsetting.
Like, I don't think I can handle this anymore. Also, maybe a little background. We are what did we decide? We are a collective family.
Instead of saying a multi-family household, a collective.
Yes. So we currently live in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home. And it's me and my husband and my son. It's
me and my husband.
Yes. And her husband is my
I don't know. Her younger brother.
My brother. So we're a family, and we all live in the same house. It's oh shit, shoot.
It's okay. I'm kind of.
There's one other person. My mom also lives here, so that is
5 full adults, a child, and a child on the way.
Half a child.
Yeah.
So that's we very quickly outgrew our household.
Oh, she forgot the most important part. Also, we have 5 cats.
Yeah.
5 adults, 5 cats.
Yeah. So this is a 1,300 square foot home, and yeah, it's a tight squeeze. Mm-hmm. We basically, once my son was born, we immediately were like, okay, we have no room in this house. I think we like outgrew the home before we even moved in the home. We've been in this like tight space for a minute, and it's not so much like there's not enough room. It's a lot of people living under the same roof, so it's like it's everyone has their own way of living, and it's to the point where like we're ready to like have our own space
and leave the nest.
Yeah. With the housing crisis, or as some people like to call it, the epidemic, houses are a ridiculous amount of money. Mm-hmm. And granted, there are a total of 4 incomes in this house. 2 of us have student loans. Like, we've got debt, so it's not like we've been able to save enough money for a $400,000 home that's going to house all of us.
So, okay, if we look at it on a personal basis, what would you say is your number one purpose for wanting this? Discounting, like, us living in a household, like, what does it mean to you?
To change my lifestyle.
I want to forget.
To change, like, our way of life. I feel like I want my time and experiences to be, and work, my effort I put in, to be strictly for my family. All the work that I put in, I want to be for my family. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to, do the 8-hour shift at a job and get compensated by money and be like, okay, like, I don't see the value in that. I want to, I'm a hard worker. I know I'm a hard worker. And I want that to reflect in what I provide specifically, directly for my family.
I agree.
That's a really long explanation, but
okay.
Would you like to?
I definitely agree with it being able to provide solely for, like, the family.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's also, like, a little bit of proving it to myself that, like, I can do this.
Yeah.
That we live in such a huge society where we rely on outside sources, like, heavy stores. I think having that moment where you sit down and you look at what you made and you're like, 90% of this, I did. This is me. And I think that's a huge drive for me.
The accomplishment of, like, when I build something, it's like, oh, I did that whole thing all by myself.
That's become, like, a huge thing for me. It's kind of like a little bit of proving to myself that I can do it, but also a huge, like, being able to sit down at the end of the night after you've been busy working and just going, this is what we made. This isn't, manufactured. Yeah. It's not overproduced. It's not, this is us. This is what we did.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like what my leading factor is just.
I love that. So we're going to be, like, starting, like, raw land. I'll be in an RV. We'll be in an RV. Mm-hmm. You'll be in
a cabin home. A cabin from scratch.
Yeah. And we're going to be starting from square one. Getting electricity installed. Getting a septic installed. A well. Like, starting with the basic, like, survival needs. You need water to survive. So, starting from scratch, essentially, and realizing that we take so much for granted. Like, us sitting here right now under a roof, lights what's it called? The internet.
I was like, what do you gotta give me more than sounds to go off.
We've got ways to charge our phone. We've got, a fully functioning bathroom, and we're bitching about the fact that we only have
to breathe the same air as you guys all the time.
It's going to be really fun, literally recording and sharing with the world our ups and downs.
Our everyday moments, all of the huge things we're going to have to do.
Yeah. I am constantly figuring things out by the books. So, for the most part. But when it comes to actually, doing stuff, I do woodworking.
I've held a screwdriver before in my life.
I'd like to consider myself mechanically inclined, so I think that goes a long way. But what I'm trying to get at is I can only share my book knowledge with you guys, and just hope that you guys can pick it up and you can have those skills and experiences. However, there is a community that we are willing to share our mistakes, our mess ups with you, in hopes that more experienced individuals say you're doing it wrong, or
please give us advice.
That's not gonna work, or you
got the outlet backwards.
Yeah, we're not professionals. We're taking it one step at a time, trying to, but by having a solid plan from doing an immense amount of research, and we're just gonna learn along the way. We're going to make mistakes. We're gonna mess up. We're gonna mess up.
I hate when we mess up.
Having a kid really helps you. Check your language.
We're awkward.
We venture, the TVA's timeline, the multiverse timeline,
it just
that's
spreads.
My thought process.
And then one little thing dies out.
Yeah, and it's what are we talking about?
Experience.
This has been a nice first video experience.
I look forward to our next one. I'm excited.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be as boring.
I don't think that. I think there's been a lot going on that can't keep.
Just a lot of talk.
It's a lot of chaos.
If you watch this entire video,
kudos to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to watch myself for this amount of time.
We just wanted to get, our initial thoughts, plans, introduction before things really start to change.
Yeah, and get a feel for being in front of the camera too. This is weird. But I watch people that's in front of the camera. But yeah.
Until you're sitting in front of it, then you realize, well, I have to stare at myself.
Yep. Yep.
Until next time.
Yes. See you later, alligator.
Bye.
I don't want to say that.
Okay. Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.